Hello and welcome to another episode of Bahrain Today. I'm your host for this episode, Bara Abdallah. We'll be featuring beautiful stories and amazing great initiatives, all that taking place in this episode. Of course, don't forget to follow us on our social media accounts on Bahrain International TV. So stay tuned, we'll be back. Welcome back. They say your network is your net worth, and Majlis app makes it easier to search for contacts and gatherings. It is the place to network, otherwise known as Al Majlis, which is in Arabic means the place of sitting or the council in different contexts to describe various types of networking and gatherings. Today with us in the studio is Mr. Mhanna Saliti, founder of Majlis app. So thank you for joining us on Bahrain Today.
Thank you for having me.
So Al Majlis, what's that about?
Okay, so very simple. Helps you find your required contacts. As you know, we're living not in a society, but we're living in a world where networking is one of the most important tools for self-development and business development. Yet the society and the world, they never emphasized on this. So basically, Al Majlis app is a platform that helps you connect to your required contacts and help you get exposed to others who require to find you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, that was a beautiful definition out of a textbook. So far, how was the reception with Al Majlis?
So far, we've been in operations for just under 10 months.
Okay.
And we have just over 2,000 users, only iPhone, only in Bahrain, which limits our growth, of course. And we've done, I believe, just around 6 events. If you see the networking opportunities that the people get out of it in terms of internships, in terms of knowledge sharing, in terms of partnering up, in terms of collaborations, it's insane. And just to add also, you'd be surprised of how many people are willing to help you for nothing in return.
Wow.
And that's what we're trying to shed light on and focus on. And another focus point that we're trying to target is the informal part of networking. Because you know there are a lot of networking platforms that offer jobs and services, etc. Those are there and those are doing really well. However, there is the comfortable place and the unprofessional, such as people who want to just have coffee with a random person on the weekend. People who are looking for mysterious shoppers to test their shops.
Totally.
People who want to test their new menus at their new restaurants.
Let's go.
And so I mean, it's amazing and surprising, and alhamdulillah, I mean, the engagement is, I think up to today is 50% engagement on the users, and all the software and IT people are familiar that 50% engagement is one of the most successful engagement a platform can strive to get.
That's amazing, man. I can feel the efficiency. Even the way you talk about it, it's like, wow, I need to get on that program right now. So what made you think of it?
Yeah, so
what inspired you?
So when I first graduated, just like any typical student, I either wanted to work for an entity or do my own business.
Okay.
So whilst I was in the process of doing either of these, I realized that networking is one of the most important tools to accomplish any of them.
Okay.
And statistics proves it in many cases, like 85% of people get jobs through networking, 30% increase in sales in your business because of networking, 100% of long-term businesses rely on networking. I mean, the statistics of it is a no-brainer for a person to strive upon. And in terms of the business aspect, of course, you're going to need people to be your customers. You're going to need people to work with. You're going to need people to collaborate with. So it all relies on the networking. And so whilst I was working and exploring this, I realized that I have one of my friends. His name is Ali Al-Araifi. Shout out to Ali Al-Araifi.
Shout out.
Mashallah, he's one of the most social friends that I have ever met. Not only is he social, but he likes connecting people to other people. Let's say like you were thinking about opening a coffee shop. And I know a friend who has opened a coffee shop. Oh, you should go meet Muhammad for coffee to tell you more about this and explore the operations of it, the costs, etc., etc. And he likes doing this to every friend he meets. And so I thought, I mean, he's just one person. So no matter how often he keeps doing this, he's going to reach a limited number of people, say 100, 1,000 if he's really popular. Why not make this person into a system that will do this automatically? So that's where the idea came and started. So we started designing the platform, let's say. And once we designed the platform, we realized to make the system automatic or automated, we needed minimum 50,000 users for the system to connect people. Of course, as a launching platform, you don't have this many people to start with. So we have to make everything on a manual basis until we reach the 50,000.
50,000.
50,000 to be fully automated, yes. So for the viewers, whoever's watching, please help us download. Please help us reach 50,000 so that we can maximize our potential of the platform and help people be more connected.
Without a doubt, we know you're going to reach it. But why 50K? What's with that number?
Yeah, so basically there's an algorithm. It's a very complex algorithm that works. So let's say if I don't have, I'm going to try to simplify it as much as I can. If I have, let's say, 6 cars that I would like for you to use.
Okay.
So in order for me to give you the option to use 6 cars, I'm going to have the 6 cars. So I have to build the contacts, I have to build the number in order to give you the numbers of who are you looking for. So the more the numbers go up, the more choices I will be able to give. Like for the 50,000, in our platform, we have 12 features that we offered that help the contact find his required contact immediately, literally immediately per second. Like another example to this, going off topic and then back to the topic again. 2 weeks ago, I had an interview at one of a very successful accelerator incubator in Bahrain. And they were interested in investing in our startup. And halfway throughout the conversation, they were like, Mhanna, we really like you, we really like your startup. However, you have to be full-time on this platform. Obviously, I can't be full-time because at the moment, I work in the oil and gas industry and I love it. So I kind of love both. So I don't want to stop at the moment.
It's a side hustle right now.
It's a very side hustle, yes, exactly. So they were like, no, we need someone who has to be full-time, but you need to think about it, etc. I was like, wait 1 second. I just took out my phone. I posted that, guys, I need a CEO for only 4 months to attend a boot camp to represent the Majlis application. Whoever's interested, please let me know. And by the end of the day, I got 12 people who replied to me. 12 applicants who were interested to be CEO of the Majlis app for nothing in return. They just wanted to get the experience out of it and learn and then run with their thing. So I was the best person who benefited from the platform at the moment. And this is what I wish everybody had the opportunity to do, which is give everyone the networking opportunity that they want, because not a lot of people are fortunate to have connections. And surprisingly, the most successful people, they really value networking. So the moment you give them the opportunity to network, they will run for it. And the not so much successful, they don't value networking because they haven't tried it. They didn't experience it. So that's why one of the reasons that we got 2,000 users over 10 months, and all these 2,000 users are extremely successful in their fields. Some of them are founders, some of them are inventors, some of them are extremely successful in their careers. So what I'm trying to do as well is encourage the people who don't value networking to start valuing networking by joining this experience, by going through the networking process and seeing the actual value of it, rather than just telling them about it.
So with all the networking talk and all that, what was, let's say, the greatest story you can tell about Al Majlis so far?
Yeah, I think one of the most successful stories, let me say, is a couple of salons and a restaurant. They were looking for mysterious shoppers and people who tasted their menus. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in less than 48 hours, they found over 12 people who were able to do that for them. And obviously, the example which I just explained about finding a CEO immediately within the place I'm sitting. And what I truly wish is for everyone to have this opportunity.
Amazing. Yeah. So you're giving a lot of opportunities for people to actually know what's going on out there. And only in 10 months, you got 2,000. I'm sure you're going to reach 50K by the end of 2020. That's definitely it. So what's your future plans? I mean, your plans are big as they are, but I mean, are there even bigger plans coming up for Majlis?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously at the moment we're being, let's say, bombarded by people who want an Android version of what we're doing.
I can only imagine.
Exactly, and actually they are the majority, they're 80%. Like we estimate at the moment if we had an Android, we'd be at a minimum of 10,000 users. So we're working on that at the moment. And we already incorporated a GCC version of within the app. Like let's say next week you're going to Dubai and you're looking for someone to open a coffee shop with. You can immediately, whilst in Bahrain, just click that I'm looking for a coffee shop owner, and by targeting a specific location, Dubai, you get immediately a response for that person. So we're trying to go regionally and Android version, obviously, with hopes of targeting the minimum 50,000 users to make it automatic.
Amazing. So I gotta ask this. Why did you start with iPhone and not the Android?
Okay,
if that's the case.
Yes, no, there's definitely a purpose for everything we do. As an engineering background, every specific thing I do is with a reason.
We can tell.
So according to our target audience, which are people who value networking and people who are more social, according to science at least, to multiple experiments, these are the people who are more likely to hold an iPhone rather than an Android.
Interesting.
Yes.
Really?
So tell us about you. Do you have an Android or an iPhone?
Android. Okay. So I am the unfortunate one in that case.
It doesn't mean you're right or wrong.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very interesting study, I mean.
Okay, so yeah. So before we end this, any tricks under your sleeves you want to show us with Al Majlis?
Well, with your permission, of course, I'd like to show the audience what an example of networking is.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, tell us about you.
All right, first of all, permission granted.
Thank you.
I am your host here from Bahrain Today. My name is Bro Abdullah, and I'm hosting this episode with you.
Now tell us everything. I want to know the moment since you graduated from school up to today. Who are you? What are your ambitions? Where are you going?
Okay.
What are you thinking?
We're talking about a good 20 years here. Well, graduated with business administration.
Yes.
And worked in a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Japanese embassy, PR.
Wow.
I did that. Game development with
Wow.
3D companies. PR, events. I host a lot of events here and there. There's some TV shows, and I'm a newsreader as well. So a lot of media work, yes.
Since what got my interest is gaming. So are you into gaming as well, or?
Oh, yes, I've been into gaming for the last 15 years. Game development, gaming events, esports.
You should definitely meet one of my friends, Muhammad Al-Rafa'i. Do you know him?
I do know Muhammad.
MashaAllah, like that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And yeah, I mean, like what we just went through, obviously we try to cut it as short as possible.
Yes.
But this is exactly what we're trying to strive upon, is giving you the opportunity to find that person to maximize your potential. But obviously, I mean, we didn't have time to take this further on.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping to give everyone the chance to do.
It felt like an actual conversation happening in a majlis.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your idea and following your dreams and making this a possibility for everybody. From iPhone to Android.
Yes, definitely.
It's going to pretty much blow out of proportion, hopefully. And I'm sure 50K will be attainable before 2020.
Inshallah, definitely.
So how can we follow you? How can we download the application?
Yeah, we're at the moment we're on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram since we host an interview show as well. You can think of it. We're shedding lights on people with high potential, successful ones, not successful ones. What we're trying to do is show everyone and tell everyone that everyone is interesting. The moment you start talking to people, everyone has an interesting story, and everyone can add value to whatever it is you wanted to do. So we're active on Instagram socially, content-wise, at Al Majlis app, and obviously we have a link towards our platform, Al Majlis app.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Bahrain Today, and definitely 50K.
Inshallah, definitely. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you. So don't forget, networking, gatherings, all that with Al Majlis app. Do get it right now on iPhone and hopefully very soon on Android. Don't go away. More to come on Bahrain Today. So our first guest is on a mission to inspire the youth in achieving a brighter future in the world of business and artificial intelligence. On a mission to empower and encourage peace and positivity. With us in the studio is the international consultant Zahara Buffler to talk to us more about her goals and achievements in the market. So thank you so much for joining us in Bahrain Today.
Thank you for interviewing us today.
You're welcome. It's our pleasure. So tell us more about your consultancy.
Okay. Actually, my name is Zahara Buffler, as you mentioned. We have Zari International Consultancy Center. We work the most thing that we are focusing in Zari International. It's to bring the best out of you. So the main objective of Zari International is that we want to build the new leaders or the leaders that they can build the community.
Beautiful.
That's why we focus more on personal branding and how it is because we want them to have a strong personality as a leader, as an entrepreneur, or as a leader in their organization and company. So we want them to have a clear vision about what they want to do now and in the future. So here we try to focus more on in their vision and in their skills, to build it more, to try to teach them and learn together, what the community needs.
Okay.
Plus who they are, their audience.
Right.
And what the message that they want them to know and to know about themselves.
So I'm hearing a lot of...
basically, that's what we do.
All right, that's the basics. Wow, there's more into it, I guess, right?
Yeah. Plus, we want them to have more knowledge.
More knowledge.
About themselves, plus about the community, about their audience, about their customers and clients.
Okay.
Because as you know, knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
And knowledge, it's the profit that we gain at the end of the day. So to build to build themselves or the brand that they want to show the community and the world, we need to exactly know what the message that they want their audience to know about themselves.
Okay, so a lot of the things you said had to do with personal branding.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your personal branding system? What do you do in personal branding?
Okay. First of all, we try to sit with the client or with the customer who want to build himself or herself.
Okay.
We try to have a research about himself.
Okay.
About what he was doing before.
All right.
About where he want to reach.
Okay.
About who his competitor or competition in the market.
Okay.
About who is their role model in the business or in the real life. So we try to merge all whatever we get from this research.
Okay.
And we start plan a strategy. We start to plan or work on a strategy together between me and between the client. Because at the end of the day, yes, we will gonna teach them. We will gonna work with them.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he have to do all the work.
Okay.
Okay. So we will show them the guideline how we can draw the strategical plan that it will show him the exact roadmap, which will help him at the end of the day to reach to his goal.
So with all the talk about personal branding, there was a lot of mentoring and coaching going on, right?
Yes.
Tell us more about that.
I love to call it more mentoring.
Mentoring.
Yeah. Because once we start doing the mentoring, always I know the person that he will come to me, he know what he want. But there is a lot of confusion in themselves.
Okay.
And they want someone to show them the roadmap that it will help them to reach to their goals.
Right.
Okay. So we sit together. We try to plan together their strategy. We have different tools and techniques that we use.
Right.
One of the techniques, it's there is a lots of techniques which it's related to the personal dealing, me with my customer or me with the other leader that I'm dealing with, because they know what they want, but all it's hidden somewhere.
Okay.
So we try to grab all their dreams out.
Right.
And plan it together, draw it together. Then here I have other team that they work in designing, they work in social media marketing, and sometimes we do even events for themselves, because whenever they are entrepreneur or they are even big companies, and the leader of this organization or the leader of XYZ company, they want to show the world what they have.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Okay, here we have lots of stages and lots of plans we have to work together. And for each customer or each client, the tool and the techniques will become different from the other. But the most important thing for me, it's whenever the person once he visits us in the company or in our office, he know what he want.
Okay.
Then here we can give them the exact plan that he needs.
All right. I mean, that's pretty much a great brief of what you've been doing in the last recent years. Now.
And we have to know. I'm sorry to
sure.
you.
Go ahead.
Because we have for any kind of personality or any kind of business, we have to focus on the financial support that he have,
yes.
or how he will gonna plan for this program. Okay, we will plan it together. What is the budget that he had, and what kind of outcome he want to come out from this consultancy program, or the mentoring program, or the coaching program. We have different packages.
Okay.
Plus, we have the other point. We need to know he will be alone in this program, or he want to bring his team with him.
Okay.
Also, we have to put a proper plan. We will do our research, and we will check with the client himself what is the budget that he want to spend in this program.
Yes.
What is the outcome that he want to gain out of this program?
Out of the program itself, of course.
Exactly. What his goal at the end of the day, where he want to reach.
Okay.
So all these information, it's very important for us. Here we can do our program, our auditing, our research, our planning. Then we can grow together slowly, step by step, or even sometime we just do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazing. I just feel like you gave me a really detailed brief of everything's going to happen if I would actually visit your consultancy.
Well, we will have a free session consultancy with me.
Personal branding. Let's go. Let's
and
go.
You have the brand, but I will be more than happy if you will join my program.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
Amazing consultancy. Now, artificial intelligence.
Yes.
We heard that pretty much actually did some work in Morocco and Turkey.
Yes. Actually, we do a lots of events. We do an event in Morocco. We did an event recently in 2019. We did an event in Turkey. We did events in Jordan.
Wow.
And Oman, definitely. These are the region that we work.
Sure.
I have a couple of partners with me that we do events together.
Okay.
And we focus on the last two events in Turkey and in Morocco. We did two big events for artificial intelligence.
That's big.
Yeah, it was really great event, and I'm so proud to be a part of this event. And soon, inshallah, we will do it in Bahrain once, maybe inshallah after Ramadan.
Can't wait for that to happen, taking
and
place
you are my
here.
guest.
Let's go. Let's go. I'll be there. So anything you want to say to your audience here?
I would like to tell them that nowadays it's the best time to sit together or sit with yourself, start educate yourself about what do you want to do in the future. Because this crisis now, because as we living a crisis nowadays, so it's the best time to evaluate yourself and know what do you want to do next. It's this time. So the best time to learn and to teach yourself and start doing a lots of research about yourself, it's these days. As long as you will stay away from lots of distraction around you.
Okay.
You can put a proper plan with you for yourself, and I'm already available if there is anyone would like to reach me for any kind of consultancy or coaching session online. I will be more than happy to support and help anyone. And let's do it. I know Bahrain need us nowadays, so we have to be prepared. All of us,
definitely.
We are representing Bahrain team, and I'm sure that all Bahraini, they are presenting a great model for Bahrain team. So let's do our plan and projects for our inshallah next future.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Bahrain Today, and definitely we'll be joining you with any programs you have in the future with consultancy.
It will be my pleasure. Thank you so much for hosting me today, and
looking forward.
Thank you. Looking forward to join you in my next program as soon as possible, inshallah.
We will be there.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
So there you have it, personal branding, coaching, mentoring, all about that happening with Zahara Buffler. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us in this episode. Don't go away, there's more to come. Welcome back. In our next segment is all about virtual banking in a world where technology plays a dominant role. Ila Bank is a fintech initiative in which it believed that banking needs a change. Let's watch this report to know more about Ila. And to talk more about the idea behind this easy yet new way of managing your money is Mr. Mohammed Al-Ma'raj, the CEO at Ila Bank. Hello there and welcome to Bahrain Today.
Thank you, Bara, for having me. It's my pleasure to be here today.
The honor is all ours. So, Ila Bank, tell us more about that.
Sure, Bara. So, I'll start off by, let's say, discussing the history of how Ila Bank came about. Ila Bank is obviously a subsidiary of Arab Banking Corporation, Bank ABC.
Okay.
As the viewers may know, Bank ABC has been an offshore wholesale bank here in Bahrain for the last 40 years.
Wow.
It exists in 15 countries, 5 continents, with around 3,000 employees all over the world, headquartered here in Bahrain.
Okay.
3 years ago, as part of the overall, let's call it, transformation project at Bank ABC,
Okay.
a digital or technology pillar was adopted, which was led by our Deputy Group CEO, Mr. Saleh Al-Wa'ri. And let's call it as one of his passion projects,
Okay.
was to disrupt banking here in Bahrain and regionally.
Wow.
And I still remember 3 years ago receiving the call to his office, which obviously for me as a young Bahraini changed my life. And I think it also reflects the story of Ila, which we'll be going into.
Yes.
Which was basically, he came to me and said, Mohammed, I have this project where I really want to disrupt banking.
Disrupt.
Banking. And I want to focus on the word disrupt. And it's going to be our collective passion project for the next few years till we see it live.
Okay.
At that point, I was part of Bank ABC Group, working in the strategy department, and I jumped on the opportunity right away. So luckily enough, I was employee number 1 with Mr. Al-Wa'ri at Ila. And 3 years ago, we set about putting the blueprint, let's call it, of this project. At that point, it was called Bank ABC Neobank Project.
Neobank, okay.
The name was not conceived yet. And we put together, let's call it a blueprint, which consisted of several factors. Number 1, this bank will be completely digital and only on your mobile. We will refuse to have any sort of physical presence on the island.
Wow.
Number two, in terms of our engagement with our customers, it was going to be completely digital. So we will be extremely avoiding any traditional channels for communicating with our customers.
Okay.
Number three, the culture of this bank is going to be completely different than any other bank here in Bahrain.
Okay.
And when I say that, it had to, let's say, exemplify the startup mentality and the digital mentality that right now is kind of all over the world and that's being adopted by many different institutions across the world. Number four, there was going to be a focus on Bahraini talent.
Okay.
And we really wanted to build this bank on the back of talented Bahraini youth.
Okay.
Okay. And number five was the pillar that I think goes about to our slogan, which is banking that reflects you.
All right.
And that's our motto.
Amazing.
Which was what was going to be the impact that we were going to have in Bahrain and regionally with Ila Bank.
All right.
Okay. That impact was not going to be being the most successful bank monetary wise, but the legacy that this bank will be leaving in the country in the sense of how many more people was it going to inspire to follow in the footsteps of Ila, to follow your passion.
Amazing.
How many Bahraini talents were we going to graduate from Ila that will be able to, let's call it, take on leadership opportunities in Bahrain, whether in the private or public sector? And how will the average Bahraini on the street get affected by Ila? And those were the, let's call it, the blueprint that we went about building this thing 3 years ago. Obviously, the name came about in this journey. Obviously, the word Ila is the Arabic word for towards.
Towards, okay.
And what it exemplifies for us is basically the journey that we took about in building this bank, and also the journey that we want to take our customers with us.
Okay.
If you ask me, like, you know, what's next for Ila, the opportunities are endless. So that's where the word Ila, let's say, comes from.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, you pretty much, it shows how much passion you have for the idea itself of Bank Ila and everything being virtual, that kind of stuff. And so the reception so far has been okay, challenging, especially in Bahrain being a banking hub.
Yeah.
And everybody's likes to have the physical touch of things. So how's the reception so far?
I think it's been quite exceptional, and I think it's a testimony to the belief that we had, which was the consumption patterns of the average consumer have changed completely over the last 3 years. And it doesn't have to be just with banking, but if you look at across industries, everything is turning into the digital space, whether it's ordering your food online, whether it is ordering stuff in general online, whether it's consuming entertainment such as music and movies. So banking was going to be disrupted, whether we, as you know, some of us, I come from a traditional banking background, but I decided to transform. Banking is going to be disrupted, and I think Ila is a testament to that disruption, because the consumption and the uptake of our app in the last, I mean, we're a 3-month-old bank right now since we just launched, and the uptake has been tremendous.
Amazing, amazing. So now, with that being said, now everything is virtual.
Yep.
Money is virtual, your transactions, everything.
So let me explain the app a little bit. So it's as simple as basically going onto the App Store, whether it's the Apple App Store or the Android App Store, downloading the app.
Yes.
And wherever you are in the world, as long as you're a resident of Bahrain, you can onboard with a selfie, 2 forms of identification, which are usually a passport and a driver license, or a CPR and a driver license, have an email, and there you go. As soon as you onboard, the average time takes you 5 minutes, and as soon as you onboard, you've got a banking account that you can transact with domestically and internationally. And not only that, but we give you the opportunity to create multiple currency accounts. So you could have a Bahraini denominated account, a USD denominated account, a Euro denominated account, a Pound denominated account, and other GCC currency denominated accounts. And not only that, but as soon as you're on board, we're also the first bank in Bahrain to have a virtual card. And what that means is as soon as you open up the account, instead of, waiting for like 2 or 4 or 5 days
to get your card,
to get your card,
from the delivery guy. Hey, here's your card.
Exactly, and that's if you remember that ugly white envelope.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've got a virtual card right there on your app, which you can use to transact immediately. So let's say you're out and about. You decide to, let's say, I need to order something online.
Yeah.
So download the app, on board. And there you go, you have a virtual card that you can immediately transact with online.
Supermarkets, stuff like that, the virtual card works there?
So the virtual card currently will work online, and also if you upload it on digital wallets such as Benefit Pay or B-Wallet.
Okay.
So let's take a scenario, for example.
Yeah, please.
You're at a supermarket.
Yes.
And you don't have currently your bank cards for some reason.
No, I lost my wallet. I forgot my wallet in the car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you have on you, let's say, your Ella app,
yes,
right, on your phone. So you take that virtual card, upload it, for example, into Benefit Pay.
Okay.
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 And there you go. You can use Benefit Pay to transact with a QR code. That's one way of basically transacting, like you said, virtually. Bahrain currently does not have things like Samsung Pay or Apple Pay or Google Pay. These are things that are coming actually in the pipeline, and Ella has been actually playing a proactive role with the Central Bank and Benefit and the Economic Development Board on trying to bring in such technologies to the market. And inshallah, within the next 3 to 4 months, these things will be available in the market.
Amazing. So now it's a testimonial that everything is going digital, right?
Exactly.
And you use the word disruptive.
Exactly.
Quite a lot here. So now, are we looking at a very, very own virtual world coming on when it comes to banking, like to the point that no more physical money will be applied?
I mean, I take my kind of lifestyle as an example.
Okay.
I try to limit my visits to the ATM as much as possible right now.
Yeah.
Am I able to do it? I think I've been able to cut down on my cash transactions by 95%, even here in Bahrain. And I think that the world in general, not only in Bahrain, is moving towards that, let's call it, digital consumption way.
Okay, great. So the lifestyle is going to change, and Ella is going to take a big part in that. Yeah. Definitely.
And I think you use an important word actually for us, which is lifestyle. Ella right now is a bank, and it was conceived as a bank. But the vision for us at Ella as a team was actually to create what we like to call a lifestyle banking platform.
Okay.
Which means the following, is hopefully within the next few years, what Ella is going to do is play a part in the everyday needs of Bahrainis, which is from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. I want Ella to be the digital platform which gives you access to movies, music, workouts, the ability to do e-commerce. So that's the idea, creating eventually an end-to-end lifestyle platform that is based on a banking platform. Because if you look at it, like no matter what you do in your digital, like let's say, world, you need to pay.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And if I can give you the ability to make your payments much easier through one app, you won't need to go to like 6 and 7 different apps.
Right.
So that's the vision.
Amazing. And totally, I can see this happening.
Yeah.
And Ella being pretty much the prominent platform for that.
Sure.
Definitely. So let's say it's a concept done by Bahrainis.
Yep.
80% of all the technical work that happened behind the scenes are Bahrainis.
And 85% too of the team is under the age of 40.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it's a pretty young team.
And it's based in Bahrain.
It's based in Bahrain. So what we did is when we went about building this thing is we ensured that let's call it the best-in-class talent was sourced out of the country and was actually also complemented by international talent.
Beautiful.
3 years ago, because as you know, some of the, let's call it specifications or some sort of disciplines were not available at that point in Bahrain. And what we said to ourselves is, let's bring in best-in-class talent from around the world to actually train the local talent.
Okay.
Okay, and it was part of like our commitment to developing, let's say, the next in class leadership in the banking world here in Bahrain. So around, I'd say, more than 35 countries were represented in that 20% here. And that's, I think, a great thing for us because, you know, Bahrain has a great ecosystem.
Amazing.
And we as Bahrain, I think, have a very vibrant and diverse culture. So it was quite easy to attract like best-in-class talent to Bahrain.
Amazing. I mean, so done by Bahrainis, for Bahrainis and the world, and pretty much being the forefront of the technological aspects of banking with the word disrupt.
Yeah.
The whole traditional ways of doing the banking system. So we can actually see that ILA is going to be pretty much, let's say, in the advanced level of digital and virtual banking.
For sure. And I think one of the things that I'd like to add to what you just said is we're actually taking this regionally.
Regionally,
so
yes.
let's say the heart is Bahraini,
Yes.
but the ambitions are global and international. One of the things that I personally keep on telling the team is, if you look at the region, if I ask you like, where is the birthplace of Kareem, you would immediately know. If I asked where the birthplace of Amazon, you would know.
Yeah.
If I asked you the birthplace of Souk.com,
Yes.
you would know. And I say to the team, let's put it as a challenge to ourselves that
Yes.
in 3 years, wherever we may be traveling around the world, inshallah, people will know that Bahrain is the home of ILA.
Yes, yes. Such a pride moment for us right now to know that ILA can actually put Bahrain on the map when it comes to virtual banking. Anything you want to tell to your audience watching this right now?
I think the message that I have for the audience is, if you're watching this and let's say you have a passion or an idea that you haven't pursued, look at what we have achieved in the last 3 years. Yeah, it was an idea conceived in Bahrain by Bahrainis and pursued by local talent within the ecosystem of Bahrain.
Amazing.
And 3 years later, I'm sitting right here, alhamdulillah, with an impact that has been well received in Bahrain and across the region. So if you're out there and you were having second doubts about pursuing what you're passionate about, make it a project of yours, make it an obsession, and go chase it night and day.
Beautiful.
Because that's what we did, and we're here sitting, alhamdulillah, happy with what we've achieved so far.
Alhamdulillah. And yet more to come, that's for sure, with ILA, I'm sure of that.
Inshallah.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Bahrain Today, and you have now a new customer.
Thank you so much.
You said 5 minutes?
5 minutes. I hope you can beat it.
Let's beat that record.
Inshallah.
I got my passport, everything is ready.
Inshallah.
Doing a selfie phone call? That's how it's gonna happen?
No, it's just a selfie actually, it's not a phone call.
3 minutes and a half. Let's put that into
Yeah,
records.
I'll hold you to that.
Great stuff happening
Great.
here. There you go, viewers. Don't forget to download the ILA Bank and activate your virtual account today. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Bahrain Today. There's never been a better time to seek out medical attention. Sawiya is a website that promises to connect patients with the nearest available doctors, healthcare facilities, and fitness centers, utilizing GPS technology and upholding the highest standards of ethics and patient confidentiality. Sawiya promises to build stronger bridges between patients and the medical community. There they have it right now with Sawiya, and today we are having the managing partner of Sawiya himself, Mr. Shannon Xavier. Sir, thank you so much for joining us here on Bahrain Today.
Thank you for having me.
It's all good. So tell us, Sawiya, what gave you the idea to develop Sawiya?
Right, well, I've been in the healthcare field for about 10 years now, and being in the healthcare field, you do get the numerous questions of which doctor is worth going to, where can you find the doctor, and all the other questions that come along with it. So I, for the last few years, have been thinking, okay, we got to fix this. There has to be a one source of where you can actually go and find the doctor or the hospital that you're looking for, or for that matter, the service. So this is why I said, okay, we got to come up with a single platform online, because this is the digital world.
Yeah.
And that's why I came up with Sawiya. So I wanted to create, we started off the idea with finding doctors in hospitals. And then we looked at it and thought, wait a minute, we're limiting ourselves.
Okay.
So then we said, okay, why don't we incorporate everything else that comes along with healthcare? So we said, okay, we've done doctors and hospitals. Let's look at the smaller clinics that are out there.
Okay.
There's so many. Then you've got pharmacies that bring out the medications. Then you've got laboratories with the numerous blood tests that go along with it in case there are chronic conditions and so on.
Okay.
And then you've got fitness centers.
All right.
So we wanted to bring everything under one single platform so that people don't have to go around scampering for answers, and everything's available in one place.
Amazing, amazing. So the word Sawiya is an Arabic word, right?
Yes, that is correct. We did get to that word through a lot of brainstorming, because when we were sitting down as a team, we were just thinking about what words we can come up with. And I remember myself kept saying, okay, the whole point of this is to bring everything together. We need everything together on one platform. And then everybody looked at me and said, you keep repeating one word, which is together. And I said, fine, so what does together mean in Arabic? And they said the word Sawiya. And when I heard it, I thought, great, you know what, that just sounds right. So that's when we said, okay, we'll stick with the word Sawiya. And then I do have to give credit to one individual. His name is Mr. Nawaf Al-Mullah. He is the one who helped us with creating the logo as it is today. And he basically, when creating it, told us that the word obviously carries a lot of background information and historical information, especially when you link it with healthcare. It has a historical and a religious meaning to it as well. So it does do a lot when you bring it together.
Okay, so it's beautiful. It's togetherness, bringing patients and the people in the medical field together.
Exactly.
So Sawiya, right?
That is correct. Exactly. Bring everyone together and try and fix whatever that needs to be fixed.
Loving that, loving that. So now tell us about the services, the rundown. So you're going to bring people together, but what are the services you're going to bring everybody together with?
Right. Okay. So like I mentioned, the gist of it is you can find the doctor that is in your region. When I mean that is, in your local town. You can look for within your country. You can even look across the GCC, because this is a website that we want to basically incorporate across the GCC. And besides that, of course, the hospitals, clinics, laboratories, fitness centers, everything that goes along with it as well. In addition to that, we also have created an option for the users where they are able to create their own personal profiles.
Okay.
Now, in this profile, they will be able to track everything related to them. So if they have requested for appointments, past or future, they'll be able to see them.
Wow.
Then you also have the option to upload medical documents.
Wow.
So you don't have the hassle of carrying a bunch of papers with you.
Right.
Yeah, just click those pictures, upload them onto your profile. They get saved on our very secure servers. Nobody has access to them. Even within the company, very few people have access to them. So we keep it very, very highly confidential. So they also have insurance providers. So you will be able to look at which institutions are linked with which insurance companies. So then you also know that, okay, you can definitely go to these companies because they have links with your insurance company, instead of taking the whole round and then finding out you can't finally get treated. In addition to that, say for example, if you don't have what you're looking for in your country, you then have the option of jumping onto another country's website and looking for those options there. So yes, you do have a big shopping list which you can review and see which doctor or which institution is what you're looking for.
Amazing, amazing. So a lot of services to look up for when it comes to Sawiya. So now, we know Sawiya is available here as a website in Bahrain.
That is right.
Any other countries?
Yes, we have also launched in Oman for the moment. We do have some hospitals who have signed up with us, and we are looking to expand on that as well.
Okay.
So yeah, right now Bahrain and Oman are the two markets. And yes, we will be progressing very shortly into other countries as well.
Amazing stuff. So Bahrain, Oman, but I'm sure you want to expand to the Middle East, right?
Yes, of course. Like our option right now is obviously to focus on the GCC countries.
Okay.
And that's something that we want to do immediately. And of course, then we will move into the other Middle East countries as well. So since we're already live in Bahrain and Oman, we will be looking to move into Saudi and Kuwait. And we are making progress on that front. So it's just a matter of time before we cover the entire GCC.
Amazing, amazing. So the Middle East, the word Sawiya, we talked about the services.
Yep.
But it seems like Sawiya is more than just a service platform. I mean, it can be even a social media platform for all the doctors in medical field, like, you know, a place for them to get popular, to get more known.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that, because yes, we do have options available on the website. We do have special pages created for that very option. We do have a media page where if hospitals are having special functions or if they're having conferences that they're taking part of, they can definitely let us know about it. We can help cover the event as well, and we can create a special album for them on the website, which contains everything that they would like to tell us about. So if there's a specific purpose for that activity, we're more than happy to put that on the website so people are aware of it. In addition to that, we also have an articles page.
Articles?
So yes, so any healthcare provider doesn't just need to be a doctor, even if it's a nurse or a physiotherapist or anybody else for that matter. If they're writing specific articles on their respective fields and they want to upload that, we are more than happy to take those and put them up, and of course give credit to the authors of those articles so people are aware of what the topic is, who has written it, and obviously the authors and their views are their own, but we're more than happy to showcase them.
Amazing, amazing. So you're giving the chance for doctors to actually showcase their work on a platform like Sawiya.
Absolutely.
Same time for patients to see their artworks and their articles and everything all in one place.
That is right.
So any future plans and services we can see on Sawiya on the website itself?
We do have a lot of ideas. I'm not sure if I should be talking about that just yet.
Yeah, big stuff.
No, but that's okay. I mean, yes, we do have a lot of plans. This is just phase one, in all honesty. We are looking at various other options. One area that we're looking at is how we can bring in insurance providers, because obviously they do play a very important part in the healthcare field. And that is something that we are looking into and seeing how we can collaborate more closely with them.
Amazing, amazing. So we got to talk about that and your media platform and everything. And now, as the thing with medical websites and applications, and right now they're kind of like, I would say, new in the market.
Right.
What are the challenges that's happening right now with all of that?
Well, at the moment, what we basically always focused on is when creating this, we wanted it to be user-friendly.
Okay.
So, because we understand people are sick, and when people are sick, or when they're not well, they are not in the best moods to deal with things.
Okay.
So that was where we wanted to make things as easy as possible for them to find what they're looking for and then move on from there. So I would say that's one of the key things of Sawiya. We kept it user-friendly, kept it straight to the point so that they don't have to go round and round in circles. We also wanted to make sure that the information we put on the website is verifiable.
Verifiable.
So, yes, that is a key word that we want to make sure, because we don't want to put anything up there that people are just going to say, wait, what is this about?
Yes.
So this is why we wanted to make sure that even the people that we collaborate with are well known in the market, and they do provide the services that they say they do. So
Amazing.
This is why when we do sit down with them, we do go through a very thorough process of finding out what it is they do, who the doctors are, what their backgrounds are, and you will see that reflecting in the individual profiles that we make, because every single institution, doctor or healthcare provider has their own personal profile.
Wow.
Yeah. So say for example, a doctor would have a brief introduction. You would have the languages they speak. Again, the insurance providers, what specialties they're linked with, what experience that they have had till now, their education background, if they have had any specific honors and awards. Then we also include videos so that the doctor doesn't have an opportunity to upload a video talking about what he or she does. There's a photo gallery, so you'll have a numerous number of your photographs.
Okay.
And then finally, for every profile, not just doctors, we also have a review page.
A review page?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Rating system.
A rating system, that is
Okay.
correct. But we don't want anyone to panic about that, of course. Reviews are taken very seriously. We share them obviously with the healthcare providers. We want to make sure people are just not writing things they're not supposed to be writing. We want to make sure everything is authentic and verifiable.
Man, wow.
Yep.
So you've been in the medical field for like more than 10 years.
Yes.
You have your own experience in hospital management.
Hospital management, yes.
Man, so you saw the need for that.
Yes, we did. Because, we did see that a lot of people, even though they were working in the medical field, they were still asking the questions, where can we find the doctors we need? So that's why we thought, why is it so difficult, you know? Because right now what we've also noticed, and it's still happening obviously, where people are saying, okay, if I want to find a doctor, you immediately start calling friends or family and start asking for
who's a good doctor for this, who's
exactly,
a good doctor for that.
Exactly. I've got this kind of condition, but I don't know who to go to. I need recommendations.
Right.
So this is what, I mean, people can obviously still do that, but we wanted to provide an option where, you know, you just get online and everything is available on a single platform. So you can do your research, you can find out what you are comfortable with,
right,
and then go for it. Make an appointment and we will take care of the rest.
Amazing. Do you think you're paving the way for this kind of services on your website with Sawiya? Because again, it's like the idea, I'm sure, like it's not the new thing, because with technology and all that,
Yep.
social media, putting everything together, and now the fact of ordering things online has become a norm. But when it comes to medical services, that's kind of like a new thing for Bahrain. So are you paving the way for that?
Well, we like to think that we are, because we want to basically make it all consolidated into one platform. That's what we wanted to do. We wanted to try and make it comfortable for both sides, for the doctors and the hospitals presenting their services,
Right.
as well as for the users checking those services. So we wanted to make sure both sides are happy with what they see online, and that way there's I would say a level of trust that's built.
Right.
And then obviously as that trust gets stronger, it helps us also basically do what we always wanted to do, and that is bring everybody together,
Right.
and build a market which is trustworthy, verifiable.
Okay.
And yeah.
So can you say you're taking a leap of faith on this one?
Yes, I would say yes. It is a leap of faith,
Yeah.
and so far things have been progressing really
Amazing.
well. So yes, I'm very happy with the partners that have come on board.
Amazing.
And we're looking forward to building that level of cooperation and trust with many others.
Okay, so you got that, you got your professional team behind you, backing you up with all of this.
Oh yes,
Going
yes.
full force.
Yes, I've got a very great good team with me right now. Obviously, there's a certain level of people skills that comes along with this.
Amazing.
So yes, I do have a great team. I've got a lady by the name of Angel. She's wonderful, and yeah, she's doing a good job. So I can't ask for more.
Amazing, amazing. So now with Sawiya being together, you're taking everything you got with this application and website coming together for Bahrain, Oman, and pretty much the Middle East, maybe even the world at this point, right?
Yeah, well, we can always get there at some point. One step at a time.
One step at a time. And we're just pretty much proud to know that it's happening here in Bahrain, and we're going to expand as much as we can with this website. So anything you want to tell to your audience right now?
I just want to say that the reason we set up the company here in Bahrain is because I and my family have spent decades on the island, and this is somewhat of a thank you to Bahrain for helping us live here for so long. I just want to give back to the country that I really like to call home, in all honesty. So yeah, thank you, Bahrain.
And we thank you for all your amazing work and following your dreams with this website, and for your amazing efforts. Hopefully Sawiya pretty much is going to expand to amazing limits, bringing the medical field and patients and everybody to one platform.
Yes, that is right. May I just add one more point?
Please do, sir.
Part of our future plans is that we're also looking to launch our mobile application.
Yes.
Yes, so right now it's just a website, but in the next few weeks or so, we will be launching a mobile application, which just makes it more simpler for people, because I know everybody loves their phones.
Right.
So
like we're always on our phones. Like, hey, I want to order A, B, and C. Might as well a doctor.
Exactly. So it makes it much more easier. So wherever you are in the world, whichever part, you can always have it Sawiya on your phone.
Amazing stuff. Thank you very much, Mr. Shannon Xavier, the managing partner of Sawiya. And ladies and gentlemen, that was it. The managing partner of Sawiya, Mr. Shannon Xavier, talking about the future of the medical services right here on Bahrain Today. So stay tuned with more happening here in our show, Bahrain Today. And viewers around the world, thank you so much for tuning in to Bahrain Today. It's the end of the episode and unfortunately the end of the season. We had amazing memories being taken right here on Bahrain Today. Music with Abdul Rahman, pop culture with yours truly, Bara Abdallah, and of course our main host, Fatma and Muhammad. All that taking place on Bahrain Today. God bless and see you in the next season.